We got episode 26 of the boxing break, man. It wasn't gone. It's been a little hiatus because folks was bluffing, frankly.
We took a break because it was a bluff in the boxing.
Folks wasn't fighting, yo.
There's a full bluff in the boxing.
Folks wasn't fighting.
Take a break. It was bluffing, and you know, if you watch our other stuff, you know, the Ravens, whatever. But it wasn't that we stopped because of that. Like, it was bluffing going on.
Full bluffing in the boxing game.
And first off, the best fighters fight once a year.
If that. You know.
Like, they don't fight frequently.
The main thing is, we don't like the fact, like, let's talk about it like this. We don't like the fact that we haven't had the boxing break in a while.
Yeah, bro.
It's frustrating.
It hurts my feelings. It's frustrating. My favorite sport.
Them foundational fans that was coming on, not fans, subscribers that came on to us beforehand, supporters that came on. Y'all was here because of that boxing joint. I know y'all was, yo. And they really frustrated us that we couldn't do anything. It just wasn't nothing happening.
And one of the things we said from the very beginning, and I know I definitely was like, a lot of the drama and online stuff and all of that, you know, the people, and salute, because some people have, you know, built what's the name of that, so they do what they do, but we not here to talk about what you know, what car you drove.
Care
this
less
week.
about that.
Yeah, man, your chain that you got robbed for, none of that.
Or the girl they got. That's not. We not into that. Or you talking. The only way we want to talk about some of the drama or the Twitter talk is when we know a fight is happening.
Yeah.
Then it's like sure, because it's all playing into what's happening. But just the dated, we not here to talk about that. And salute, because there's plenty of platforms you can get that from. So salute. But that's just not what we're gonna do. We talk about when the fights happen, how we break it down, because we had the predictions, but we're not gonna talk about in the past tense. There's some things.
I'm gonna speak up this year because I got a feeling this is gonna be one of the best years for boxing.
Speak it up.
Just off the strength, we got the David Morrell, David Benavidez fight.
Yes.
The week after that, we got the Better Be Bivol, fire undercards. Isaac Cruz fought in that amazing fight. Then we got Tank like 2 weeks after that with the Roach.
No, that was the very next week.
Next week. Yeah, it was the very next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 solid weeks of boxing. Yeah. Then you gotta think we got the joint with Devin Haney and Devin Haney, Shakur and T.O. fighting on the same night.
We'll see if that happens. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Shakur
don't seem too good.
Shakur hurt his left hand again.
Turkey Al-Sheikh, yo, my guy. Salute to him. He just doing his thing. He just throwing bread at everything. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. He just throwing the bread at it. We got it. Yo.
Yeah, but we can't gloss over the Tank Roach controversy. I wanted to touch bases on that and talk about feelings. Because Zay, I want to give you a shout out.
That's good.
Zay is one of the few people I listen to. And I called him immediately after the fight. I was freaking out. He's like, yo, I mean, it was a tough fight. Like, it wasn't horrible. Like, and the way people are talking, they make it seem like Tank just straight got beat up. Like, no, he got cracked a couple times, but it was like it was his first really weird fight.
Here's the thing. Well, all right. So I'm gonna try to break it down in ways quicker. One, well, just for that last point you brought up. So I'm gonna talk about.
And quite. It sounds bad to say. I personally thought Roach would have won if Tank didn't have a belt. I felt like he did enough to technically outscore him.
Not the belt, more so the name. But the name is always more important than the belt, especially in boxing.
Yeah.
But, actually anything that involves a belt, honestly. Wrestling.
But you know to take the belt, it got to be kind of definitive when they beat you up.
It's the name when it comes to that type of fight.
Yeah.
But your last point that you had mentioned, when see people act like he got his butt wet. One of the things you always got to realize, when you're that undefeated, knocking guys out, the bigger fight, the much bigger fighter in name, whenever any fight is close, that's just how it's going to seem. Like, people going to act like you lost 10 rounds to 2. So you gotta kind of expect that. But also the point before that, I don't care how great you are. Every boxer, every great fighter had a fight where there's going to be a guy in there, man.
Yeah. I think I called you.
There's going to be a guy in there. I don't care if you knock 50 guys out in a row. You're going to face a guy where that night, or sometimes and we don't know that yet, and it very well could be. Sometimes there's just somebody who got your number.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet until a rematch happens. Sometimes it's a one night, or sometimes it's just that's the guy that got your number.
So many variables.
Yes,
because you got the training. We don't know what was going on in the issue.
I don't like
with
the
whole
nasty
trainer
work of how
situation.
like a lot of fighters was
that really bothered me. Like not seeing Coach Kyle as the number one trainer. That honestly bothered me a little bit. It felt different in there. And I know the trainer that he works with, he's worked with before, so it's not like it's somebody that he doesn't know any at all. And it just felt different. With Kyle not being one.
He didn't look as sharp as he normally does.
Felt a little different.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. People thought theories. I
have no clue. I'm not going to speculate.
We don't have any clue.
I don't know anything about
it. Hopefully everything is okay, whether it's I don't know, health or anything or whatever, anything.
It felt like it just might have just been a little bit of
maybe
dissension.
I don't know.
In the clan,
but we hope everything is okay.
Like you said,
he was still in the corner though. So
I don't like how great fighters was trying to make a mockery of it, because like Canelo talked about Tank like it was crazy. Like Canelo,
they all do it.
Lara happened. Yeah. Gennady Golovkin the first time happened, bro.
What did Canelo say? I didn't see that.
I didn't see Canelo's words.
He was talking bad
either.
about Tank, like with the knee, and like he should be disqualified and all this stuff.
That's not
like
disqualified. He said that.
Oh, it's something to that nature.
Nah, the knee thing was legit.
He probably should have said he lost.
Yeah,
that's what he was saying, because he'd have lost with the knee.
But I thought you had to get hit.
But what I will say is Canelo speaks very well of him.
I'm not gonna hold you.
No.
He got hit though.
Mike, you take a knee. We watched long enough.
He got hit.
Yeah. That's a knockdown.
He got hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like I think people are expecting you to see you get hit and then automatically drop. Even if I feel like he was hitting them before that, like at least 30 seconds before that. That can sometimes cause things.
Yeah, period. So, it don't even matter even if you got hit right directly. I remember Floyd hit someone. Knee, his hand. I've seen it several times, but that's the more popular one. Broke his hand and took a knee. It was a knockdown.
Nobody touched him.
It don't matter. You take that knee,
or was
that's a point.
Is it a knee or is it the glove?
Either one.
Either one is
either one.
Contest.
Glove or knee.
I was just checking. So in that case, he lost. He lost. Like
and that's the problem
because
of
that fight.
Because some people say, "Well, I thought it was."
Well, they send it up and it didn't get overturned.
I thought it was a toss-up fight. Either way, let's say he never took the knee. I thought it was a toss-up. It could have went either way. That's my personal opinion. Some people was like, "Oh, flat out he got beat." I was like, "No,
I didn't think it was a flat out
fight."
Yeah. I think it could have been a toss-up.
What I will say is, according to those scorecards, and you know we always support Tank, and we always will, as long as he don't do nothing.
I mean, y'all see
that we can't agree with. Yeah,
y'all see
it. Yeah, and I think we said this before. If you talk about your bias. Yes, super bias. Yes.
That's my
when it comes to Tank.
It's a Ravens stat on my own, bro.
Now we also gonna give genuine criticism. I'm gonna give it here, according to those scorecards, and we're gonna go based on the scorecards because it was a close enough fight. It should have been a loss.
That's an L, bro.
Yeah. You take away that point,
bro.
No, I said that originally.
Lost the fight.
I said that originally when we watched it. I'm like, yo.
And I knew Lamont Roach. Y'all weren't quite familiar with him before the fight hand. I seen a few of his fights. I did not anticipate him doing what he did.
When it was like after Shakur beat up Jamel Herring, I think Lamont Roach was the next fight after that. And he beat up Jamel Herring, but I'm just thinking like I
can't remember if that
Jamel
was
just was.
Yeah,
no, Lamont Roach definitely beat up Jamel Herring.
Yeah, he's nice.
So
and then they had an amateur, showing twice. That stuff matters, man.
Yeah,
they from the area. DC Baltimore has a history. That's just a thing in general.
That's one of the biggest things. It's the amateurs, but when there's any sort of familiarity with a fighter, he's seen him before.
Yeah.
And in the
there's
no fear. There's no like I don't want to say there's no fear, but there's not a
super shock.
Because he said it, and salute to him on his press conference after the fight. Lamont Roach said this. He was like, I understand why people are scared of Tank. I'm not going to tell y'all why I said that, but I understand why. So he understands. I took that to mean he caught a shot in there that let him know. That was like, all right, I see what's happening. I didn't even want
to mention the head one as much. There was a couple, but
I feel like it was a body shot. I feel like it was a body shot. I feel like it was a body shot. That was like, oh.
And then there was so I think it was the body one with Tank. I was like, what do you? He didn't jump on him, which was weird.
Gotta follow
to me.
up.
But it wasn't that weird because Tank got caught with a few
That's what I was
shots.
about to say.
That's why they jump on him.
And that's what I was telling Mike when he caught.
But he caught him with a body shot. And it looked like Tank could have, I'm not saying he would have got him out of there, but I think he could have at least got the knockdown and balanced that knockdown out, and there wouldn't be so much controversy.
Right.
I sound like the
Because Lamont was leaning and he was.
But my thing is, Tank, like, I get your style, you're a knockout artist, but you can actually really box as well. So get on your horse. Like remember, like, the first 3 rounds, like, nobody even wanted to throw punches. And it's like, those rounds are like,
I feel like that's what me and Zay was talking about, of the familiarity, the number of times they have fought each other. They know what's going. They have done this before.
I already know this setup. I know this setup. I know this setup.
I got hit with something crazy in the 3rd round, this last time, or this 1st round, or whatever it was. I ain't gonna let that happen.
But also, even familiarity, that is definitely. But Tank also, he never come out blitzing you anyway.
At all.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But Roach
fills you out and then be like,
because typically he has the atomic bomb that he knows is good. He was 28. he was what was he, 30-0 before that fight?
30-0 with 28
with 28 knockouts, bro. Like, he was ready to bomb on it. That's just what it is. Bombs over Baghdad, bro. Salute to him.
Well, Tank that man. This is what I was speaking. People acting like he not nice is crazy.
This is what I was speaking with Mike. One of the things is, and I was like, you fight enough, and you fight enough of the right guys or the wrong guys, depending on how you look at it. Naturally, there's going to be a fighter that always just, like, at some point, it's like, I don't care how strong you are, how fast you, like, there's always that fighter where, bro, you just got to fight.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You're going to fight enough right guys, you're going to run into that guy. But also, one of the major things is, Tank kept getting away with something that he does. If you just watch a lot of the fights, he gets away with he just does it, but he turns, I always say, like, midway through the fight, Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And he just overwhelms you, but it didn't work this fight because he was in there with a guy that was just like, nah, not today. Tank could get hit with something here or there, or something weird to happen that he don't like, or a low blow. And I mentioned it in the text, like, he thought like right after the fight, I think it was the first thing I said, but he when a few of them paws got laid on him, he started throwing a tantrum. Tank, if you go watch older fights, at some point in them fights, something that happened, he get hit good, or he don't like the way it's the low blow. What he does is he'll start talking to the ref, complaining to the ref. He does it. It's not the first fight.
Coach Calvin said it though one time.
And I was saying at some point it's gonna catch up to you, yo. Yeah. Like, you gotta be locked in.
Coach Calvin said, it was a clip that came up. He was like, the only person that can beat Tank is Tank, bro. Cause like once he get frustrated and stuff, cause it was one
it happens a lot
part during the fight. It happens every fight. But it's like, I knocked you out. But like this one, it could have been egregious. I can't remember whether it was the 6th round, but something happened and he got frustrated and started talking to the ref while Lamont Roach is right here. I'm like, if that's a deadly punch, you knocked out, bro.
I think,
or hurt really bad.
I think one of the most, probably the most. I can't remember what round it happened in. That's what I was trying to say. But the moment that I think about that probably embodies what y'all saying the most is when my man Tank tried to hit him with the shoulder, which he did hit him with, but he ate that joint. And then Lamont just came with a right.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You don't complain to the ref.
Yeah.
Hit that man in the mouth, bro. Why you in there boxing him? You can hit him.
I think y'all should run it back ASAP. Yo.
Absolutely, they have to run it back ASAP.
Tank said we could run it back. He said it ain't gotta be long. He said May.
I think y'all should run it back ASAP.
I like that.
And that's a big bag for both of y'all. Y'all seem like y'all relatively like each other.
They really did take millions of dollars away from Lamont Roach, yo. Potentially millions of dollars away from him.
No, if they run the rematch,
if he wins,
he's gonna get money.
But I'm saying though, if
you
win. But he wins that fight, son.
But here's the thing: he made a lot of money.
Touche.
If the rematch,
because that rematch is going to be, they got to play that in Vegas. They can't do that anywhere else. They have to do it in Vegas.
Fight. And Lamont Roach wasn't a big name before,
but that's why
that just became.
So I take that back because he might have just upped his card way more than he could have.
That's why
one fight
controversy
only,
too.
You gonna get the crazy bread.
Oh, the controversy bread is gonna be crazy.
It's a big fight.
But that's why I said my prediction. It's gonna be one of the greatest boxing years, right? Because now, to flip off of that, we got the Better Beef Bivol that
Part
happened.
3 is gonna happen.
No, they saying Bivol
It
now
has to
his
happen.
mandatory is going to be David Benavidez.
I did see that, but
Well, either Better Beav or Benavidez, Better Beav, Bivol 3 or Benavidez,
I want
Bivol is gonna be great regardless. That fight was
I think 3's gonna
amazing.
happen.
I
If
want
you
the
like
trilogy,
fights,
bro.
I don't think they want to get in the
bro.
way of that.
I don't want that.
And
I
with
need the
Better
trilogy.
Beav, with me, like he's old. Like let him get his get back, yo. Because
If
he
I'm-
fought until the end, yo. Like low key is people saying Better Beav won that fight. You feel me? So it's like
first fight was
it's
you were
up to
saying
interpretation.
they gotta run
But
it
everybody
back.
was saying Bivol won the first
gotta-
one. It was weird. It was like the
I
opposite.
think Bivol won that second one, bro. I was watching that shit.
Nah, man, I just
Bivol
felt
was-
like
he was hooping, son. He was doing his thing, bro.
He was crossing.
He was doing his thing in there, bro.
but you
I watched.
remember- but
I was
you
watching the fight with
remember-
y'all.
But you remember, like that's the thing with boxing. It's such a long match where you forget like that 4 or 5 rounds where
I
it's like
get
he
it.
really bullying you, and then
Get
it's
it.
like stuff.
Better
up
Beav
for
was doing his thing,
toss
but
up.
Biv, yo, I'm telling you, that's why I got to see 3.
Bivol just
it's a trilogy
trained
that we ain't seen
supremely.
before. We got to see that again.
Bivol
bro.
turned into to the Canelo Bivol. Yeah.
Yo, I need to see it.
He didn't stop throwing.
Lost what I've been preaching for years. I might have to make a shirt. Bring trilogies
Bring
back.
trilogies back.
All these dudes want to build up for one fight.
They
or-
damn near got one with this Tank
Bring
Lamont Roach thing. If they
James
really want to
back.
do
like
that,
this, what this should show fighters.
Good.
they almost got
But
one. If
what
they
this
really
should
want
show,
to do
what
that,
this should show
yo.
fighters, Tank got a draw. He's still gonna get paid way more than all you guys ducking everybody with an O. Canelo got a loss. He's still gonna make way more than all y'all ducking everybody. Bivol lost. About to make more bread than all y'all. Fight, yo.
We wanna
Just
see
fight,
fights.
yo. Nobody cares about the O no more, yo.
We so far removed from the Mayweather.
Money did
Yeah.
that. Money did that. We don't need that.
Stop
You know what I
it,
mean?
yo.
We need
Because
to
like,
see them
yo,
all- we need to see them all
the most
gone.
annoying
We need
thing
to see
is
the
like
best fights.
It's like Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson and all them talking crazy on Twitter when somebody loses instead of making the fight. Don't talk, just fight, yo. That's all. That's what y'all
To be
do.
fair-
That's your job. That would be like,
To be fair, though he wins as well, Tank talks as well. They all do it on Twitter.
I
like
said
what
all
Jay
of them.
said. They
I said
do.
all of them.
This
'Cause
part of the game.
Even with Tank,
I gotta imagine. Imagine if Muhammad Ali had a Twitter.
yeah.
There was no Twitter
here's
back
the thing,
then, yo.
though.
I think he would have
No,
went
but
ham on
and
that.
this goes back to my
Yeah, Muhammad
original-
Ali would have fought Joe Frazier,
that
would have
goes back to
fought
my
George
original point
Foreman,
beginning.
would have fought
Touche.
everybody that
We
was
would talk
nice.
about
Touche.
all this stuff like
Yeah.
as
But
long
he
as
would
we
talk-
know the fight is
Yo,
going to
fight was
happen,
happening.
yo.
Yeah, because
right,
you got to even
you're
think
right.
like
That's
Roy
the
Jones.
point.
Roy
And
Jones
that's the
had a
point
rap
right there.
album and stuff. That was quote unquote not
Dudes
heard
be
of for
talking about
boxing,
each
but
other
he was
literally
beating folks
for
up.
years and don't step in the ring. It's
Y'all
like,
right.
yo.
Y'all right.
I don't want to hear
That's
none
my
of the
fault.
talking.
That's my fault.
Yeah, that's the weakest joint ever as somebody that's
And then we got
actually a
Muhammad
trained
back
fighter.
there.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
talking
they
about
can't-
Muhammad
Yeah.
like that. My bad.
No,
Muhammad Ali was
I even talked up the fight.
He
with
would
Ali
use
will
Twitter-
fight
He
anybody.
would have used Twitter completely to his advantage.
He would have fought
Like,
anybody.
Even Floyd fighters like Floyd and
He
Roy
would have been
Jones
like
and stuff
Clarissa
like
Shields.
that. They
He
wasn't
would have.
ducking
He'd have
smoke.
been calling
was.
people out. He'd have pulled up somebody from
Bro.
the
But
comments.
before,
His
and
resume is
before, it
absurd.
may,
It's
but
a fact.
before it may have been one fighter that somebody tried to like Detroit dust.
Yeah.
But the champ could not avoid all the smoke back in the day.
I don't
Roy
like it.
Jones fought everybody he had to fight. You feel me? De La Hoya fought everybody he had to fight. Like everybody, they fought everybody he had to fight.
This is when it got to
Trilogies. It was the
bring
trilogy
trilogies
era.
back. This is when we knew it got to a fever pitch, and we like. This is when I really knew, oh snap! Because one of the phrases, even when on throughout history, people duck people here and there, right?
Yeah, it's just
and
like
then it started building up more and
like,
more.
I got this.
One of the main things that was said for the longest is, well, the heavyweights they can't duck anybody because some, a lot of ways people was ducking people in lower divisions was moving up a division, moving down, or just dipping in through divisions. It was like the heavyweights is one division.
Yeah.
And then we started seeing the heavyweights do it.
We started seeing the heavyweight
And
shake.
that's when I knew, okay, we in a whole another
Yeah.
era, and we going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Was this with the Tyson Fury?
No.
Or before
No, this was
Vladimir Klitschko in there?
no. There's always listen. Some heavyweights throughout every division, somebody's gonna have that. But when it became a problem, there's no reason to this day Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I- yeah.
that was disgusting, bro.
My bad. I
Anthony
said Tyson
Joshua,
Fury. I
yes,
meant
yeah,
Anthony
yeah,
Joshua.
Anthony
That's
Joshua.
what I meant to say.
that team, that was when I was like, wait a minute, yo, this is really happening.
Because that really could have been World War. They could have did a lot of things.
They should have made.
They could have did so much chicken off that. You know, like that was crazy.
And another shout out we gotta get. That's another sidebar, but goes back to the card. I do appreciate that PBC showing for Tank's fight. Because it was a young dude named Giannis Tellez. He's 154. He fought a dude named Julian Williams. Remember the guy that was the light-skinned dude? Bro, he might be crafty.
I really enjoyed Gary Russell showing too.
Oh yeah, I was going to say.
I didn't catch it. Mike said
Gary
Antoine Russell had.
He took a loss.
He first.
I don't know that much. He took a loss.
Yeah,
bro.
He
took
showed it too.
The guy that
the era of the
Solo. That's why I posted a picture of Mario Van Peebles.
The era of the O is over, yo. Like,
don't
forget
Gary Antoine beat
I don't care if you got an O, bro. Who you fought
in this room? We don't care
about
who have you fought.
But how do you bounce back?
But we can't take credit away.
And
that's what we care about.
That is the key.
We interested to see what Tank do on the
because
man.
Gary Russell could have very well just tucked his tail
went crazy,
and not fought or got knocked out the next fight or whatever.
He came
back.
Beat the brakes off of Gary.
And he was taking hits.
Valenzuela nice. Remember, he beat up Isaac Cruz, piecing him up.
He was taking hits too, bro. He was taking a lot of hits. But they was both trading, and Gary Russell was getting busy.
Gary Antoine made him look like a scrub.
And I love seeing the older brother, younger brother dynamic.
They still got the Prince of Persia cold press mask, the big mask that go in the face.
I forgot all about that.
They still got that. I hope y'all never get rid of it.
But it's fire
from them joints.
Like Rich said, like, yo, that's another fighter that took a loss last fight and then bounced back and won a belt, bro.
I like hearing him talk before the fight.
Took a belt from somebody.
I watched a few of his pre-fight joints. It was refreshing to see. I saw it after the fight, of course, because I didn't even know the fight was happening beforehand. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say I seen him say it beforehand. But just hearing him talk, he's OD DC accent. Yeah. And just hearing him say, I took the L. I'm coming back. I'm about to show y'all I'm different. And he heard some trash talk that homeboy said about him beforehand. He was like, yo, you gonna have to see me in there. And he did that, bro. He had to see him in there, yo. He was I know his opponent felt them punches, yo. I know that.
The best boxing commentary. I wish we could record it for the Boxing Break podcast. I might actually ask Pop, like, you okay if I record some of your reactions during the fight? Yo, his reactions be crazy. Yo, he like, man, he really beating that boy up.
I know, yeah.
He can't do nothing with him.
That's another reason I'm upset.
We might just have to record it and then just edit it out, like the stuff we can't put on. Just put him on there, yo.
But like, yo,
he's funny.
He love boxing too. And he technical with it. Like, that left keep getting in there. He gonna have a long night.
Yeah. We was all upset about that Tank joint though. That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was a little rough.
Yeah, Tank. You my guy, bro. You one of my favorite boxers.
Lock in, bro. Lock in. Zay said it best. How do you bounce back from adversity? It's the first time we seen it. Yeah. We need to see how you bounce back.
This is when you learn the most.
Yeah.
We're going to learn the most about it.
I feel like
Gary Antoine Russell showed us how you bounce back from adversity.
This is going to be the good thing for Tank, because this going to get a lot of squares out your circle, too. Because this going to show you everybody that's a hater, bro. When you take an L and everybody looking at you questionable, you see who really there for you, yo.
You get your real friends in.
Lock in, go get therapy or whatever you need, and knock folks out. You nice, bro. You really that, bro. Keep doing that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we out. And you got any more?
Only other thing I said, I guess we got Dana White coming into the boxing game.
Yeah, how did we forget about
and
that?
And we was talking about that before we got wrapped up. We got wrapped up in the ducket and we got mad, yo.
Yeah. Dana White and Turkey, Turkish Al-Sheikh tapping in together.
His Excellency. I always say that beforehand because I don't know if that's what you're supposed to say. Is that like Mr.? Is his Mr.?
His Excellency.
Well, he's not his Excellency in his room. But we do say that to have fun. But
yeah.
But salute to him because he's been getting he's had some stacked cards too.
Yeah.
Man. Listen, him and Dana White. Listen, I was talking with Kamal. You know, salute. He's been on. That's my guy, man.
Shout out Cuzzo.
Yo, he's like
that's my boxing break legend. Yo, he's coming back.
He's
coming back soon.
That's y'all blood cousin, but he's like my cousin.
Yeah,
yo. That's my guy. We watched
too many fights together now.
And then I rock with him heavy.
He's a great man, yo.
That's my guy.
Great man, yo.
So I call him my cuz too, yo. So we always talking about it this morning, like, but I know me and him was talking about like, I was like, yo, he was like, it could be a good thing. I was like, bro, you still got to get these guys in the ring.
Yeah.
Because a centralized joint, listen,
we've seen it. Pay them boys,
We've seen it tried several times. The PBC had the closest chance of possibly doing it because they had a lot of the bigger names and a lot of titles over there, and it didn't work. I think
is that HBO? Am I bugged out? Was PBC?
No. PBC was like they was dealing with CBS at first. I think.
Okay.
It was an NBC. One of them at first. Then the Fox, and it was all over. On the major head networks, but I think some of it didn't work because it worked. But also, boxing has so many things spread out. It's just hard to centralize or at least get a lot. So it's gonna be another attempt at it. It sounds like because if it's with Dana and them, TKO, Turkey, money, there might be a way that it's gonna be enough bread to entice a lot of people. So I think it has opportunity. I'm just hoping we can get like. Listen, Dana's thing is, they talk about he, don't want to pay the fighters.
You got to pay boxers.
But Turkey be paying the fighters.
That's what I was about to say. Turkey got to step up and just say, yo, payroll practices, I'll handle that. Dana don't handle that. Dana can't handle the payroll practices.
We talked about it. Like if you got a belt and a goose egg, right? You're an independent contractor. You could come in there and negotiate your stuff. If you have a belt, you can negotiate what you want for the fight. Outside of that, like the lower tier guys, it's got to be tiered. You know what I mean? Like, they still gonna pay them good.
Boxing needs a structured, there's multiple leagues in MMA, but the UFC is known as
the league.
The league.
That's what we're saying.
Leagues across the world, but the NBA.
This league won't matter about your belts or anything like that outside of this league. Yeah. Like I feel like this is where you want to have that stuff will build your accolades to maybe have you with a higher tenure coming in, but. This is the league that you need to win in. Everybody needs to be in this league, and the top guys are going to win. Yeah. That's how I feel like it should be.
And the titles, the 4 major titles,
don't matter.
We need to get past that.
Get them out of here.
First of all,
get them out of here.
They be on bull BS.
I'm tired of this.
For years.
This is why we at where we at now.
They let Keith Thurman hold the belt and say he was fake injured for like 4 years, yo.
We still got. Yo, does one of the Charlo still hold the belt?
I feel like it.
Oh my goodness!
The one that's 33-0. The one that's talking recently. Damn.
Outside of Canelo beating the brakes off
of guys just
it might be Jamel. I can't remember if that was Jamel or Jamal. I can't remember.
Or they fighting in fights against guys, and it's not for. It's just so much. It's like, yo, we need to get past that. That's why I feel like if this is the league, I felt like the PBC was trying to build up to get belts and undisputed guys, and then eventually do a PBC title. I felt like that was the plan, but it just never. It was opposition at all angles. There's a lot of reasons that could have been. I could spend a whole pod on that, but if this can get to that
would be great.
Where we just like, yo, this is the champion here. I don't need you to have 4 belts. The UFC. That guy holds the belt. He's the undisputed champion.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Sometimes they'll have an interim because of injury or something weird, and then there's 2 guys, and then a lot of times they'll get those guys to finally get back in to get the undisputed champion. But there's an undisputed champion. It ain't 4 belts in this weight class.
Yeah.
One guy, maybe 2, but they try to make sure they rectify that situation.
So
that's what we need in boxing.
What Turkey's gonna have to do, he's gonna because it's gonna be them outliers that still can get a bunch of money, but he's gonna have to get the majority of the talent in each weight class, and it's like eventually it's gonna get to a point where people not watching the other one because it's like it's nobody over there.
You gotta get the names, and it's a combo names and belts, man. You gotta get guys under contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to get them under contract. You can't
belts.
Keep doing these contractor things.
It's about the most interesting fights, the best fights that can be made, and just the most naturally talented guy, not the guy who was built up as the most talented. The UFC, you keep losing and you ain't that talented. It's like, man, you out of it. You know what I mean? You go find someone else, man. And you can come back. Like, guys have come back, but it's like, bro, it ain't about, this guy just pumping you and feeding you. No, you got to fight. And maybe we also need to get to a point where we don't think about, hey, you got to have a bunch of fights in a year to build up. Maybe like the UFC, some of these dudes, be known as the best dudes, 18, 19, 20 fights.
Yeah.
Because we finding out if he really, we've seen enough fights to find out we thought this dude was good. My book. And then he finally fought somebody. And you this dude wasn't that good. He's been a fraud for 4 to 5 years.
I thought I was the boxing guru until
now we don't have
that Earl Spence turns Crawford, yo. Like I never thought I would.
Now we don't have guys that's 35-0 and they ain't fought nobody. And it's like, yo, why is this guy?
They finally get in a real fight and you like,
and they get washed.
He's not that good.
No, it's so lame, and it's so lame to be like once you get in a certain position where. If you're the best guy, you literally can just go hand pick guys that aren't even top 10 fighters to go fight. Why is that a thing, yo?
UFC, you can't.
You should at least have to fight a top 3 guy in whatever place you hold the belt.
The only dudes, once again, is not like, oh, he's a kind of a top dude. The top of the top, every now and then, they get a little more say. Historically, there's been a little more stuff recently that people are complaining about, but typically the top of the top, when they get to a certain age then they can kind of maneuver a little bit.
I'm not mad at that.
There's too many dudes that's able to maneuver right now.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
You haven't earned the right to
be able to earn that.
Yeah,
you got to earn that right, bro. You just can't come out just because you're not.
It's almost like the coaches pick good matchups for the guy. It's like instead of him having to overcome adversity.
We're seeing fighters later and later finally getting their prove it fights. We've mentioned this before, like especially when it's in the run, and just talking about it amongst ourselves. I know I definitely mentioned it. Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, they was in like the early 20s their first fight.
That's how
they didn't wait to build that fight till they were like 30.
Yeah.
They got it in and had amazing careers after and fought 3 times.
That's all money fault, Money Mayweather really messed us up.
He messed the game up. He didn't
because that Pacquiao fight,
that was the one.
It
changed boxing forever,
But I want to give a shout out to Jerron Boots Ennis too because he was the only person not talking egregiously about the Tank fight, but talked like rational, just boxing.
I didn't even see, but he seemed like he would.
Yeah, he was like, I mean, it was a close fight for real.
Y'all be pointing
that's what I was saying.
Y'all be pointing it out.
Nobody
typically
could do nothing crazy, and
when
it was
Pops
just like,
in the vicinity, I mean, it typically points out that way. Yeah, it makes sense. You be a little more logical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's how
man.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, but. Oh, Devin Haney, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the civil suit.
The civil suit.
Golly.
They said, Devin, it's a combat sport. You can't expect not to get bodily harm.
That was easily the funniest quote I ever seen in my life because that's facts. You in a sport where you're supposed to get punched on. I don't care who it is in there. You're going to get punched on.
Granted, the PEDs is crazy, but like...
Now my whole thing is...
beat the next guy up.
I know we've seen it, but... I gotta find out, was that 100%?
Yeah, was it real? I didn't know if it was real or not. That was the thing.
I've seen it on a few things.
You have to be sure with the internet. You just never know, bro.
I'm not sure.
You never know.
Sure.
Man. Like I think that
was
real.
On Twitter too, so it could have been ultra fake.
I think it's real. Like I feel
Twitter
like it's
could
real.
Been ultra fake, yo.
But it could have been something where he might have got like you never know. Yo.
You never know, yo.
With the internet.
Never know.
The internet be nasty with the tactics.
Until I hear we're gonna be. That's a lead into the next time. If we
hit us in the comments. Hit us in the comments. Let us know what's happening with Devin Haney. If he really got it. Yeah, I mean, if that civil suit. From what we saw, he lost. That's what we saw. And it was a combat sport. He shouldn't have said it. He was trying to sue him. That's what we saw.
If it's a troll, that's a
we might have got sent out.
Phenomenal.
We might have got sent out. Hit us up if we got sent out in the comments.
I always say I be mad leery until I know everything makes me so leery now, yo. Like
you gotta do
especially when the picture look extra Photoshop.
I squint my eyes at everything, yo.
Where did they get this selfie of this man?
I don't even know how to tell. Like, you remember back in the day, you had to get like the primary, secondary, and maybe tertiary citation joints.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't even know now. I don't even know where to get it now.
No site work on any platform anymore.
But where do you get it now? Like that's the thing. Like you can get it from the big sources for sure.
No, you get
but
it from
like,
Twitter,
do you? Like, if you get it from Twitter, is it real? Like, I don't know where this is anymore.
It's a wild west.
Say it, bro. But hey, hit us in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, man. Another week, man. Appreciate y'all.
We back.